Playing the angles. New footage from the ICE officer's cell phone shows a different perspective of the moments before he shot and killed Renee Nicole Good. How the administration is doubling down on blame.
It's a tragedy of her own making.
She weaponized her vehicle to conduct an act of violence against a law enforcement officer.
While protesters around the country claim her final words on the video tell a much different story.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
Then, Maury Povich talks about doing a deep dive into the controversial and crazy history of dirty talk on daytime TV and why he says he couldn't do his talk show today. Plus, the female founders of Powerhouse Brands are going to work for you on a special edition of View Your Deal. Here come Hot Topics with Whoopi, Sarah Haynes, Joy Behar, Anna Navarro, Sunny Hostin, and Alyssa Farah Griffin. Now let's get things started.
Lively crowd today. Quite nice. Well, let me tell you what's been going on. There were more protests and vigils around the country this weekend over the ICE agent who shot and killed Renee Nicole Good. New footage from the agent's cell phone camera was released that has a different vantage point of the events. Take a look.
Get out of the car.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem went on CNN to defend the agent's actions and double down on claims that Good was the aggressor. Watch.
Why did you not wait for an investigation before making your comments?
Oh, well, everything that I've said has been proven to be factual.
You said that she was a domestic terrorist. How do you define domestic terrorist?
She weaponized her vehicle to conduct an act of violence against a law enforcement officer and the public. As they are doing that,
how can you assert with certainty that she was trying to hurt the officer as opposed to she was trying to flee the scene?
if you look at what the definition of domestic terrorism is, it completely fits the situation on the ground.
What is the appropriate response for the police officers in this situation?
Every single situation is going to rely on the situation those officers are on.
President Trump pardoned every single one of those people.
And every single one of these investigations comes in the full context of the situation on the ground.
What? I don't know what she just said.
It was a word salad.
Okay. It's just so interesting to me. How can, I don't know, there are a zillion perspectives of this.
Yeah.
And it's like that old joke, do you know? A woman comes home, walks into her bedroom, hears noises happening, walks in, there's her husband having sex with somebody else. And she goes, oh my, what are you doing? I can't believe you're doing this. And he said, what are you talking about? She said, look at what you're doing. You're having sex with this woman. And he says, who are you gonna believe? Me or your lying eyes?
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
You know what you saw.
Yeah.
You know what you saw. Now, you can keep saying she was aggressively running people up. She wasn't. We know what we saw. So how can people, it's a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, watch the same footage and see things so differently?
Well, I feel like we're losing our collective humanity, because what I keep going back to is, I've talked about on this show, members of my family have had interactions over the years with law enforcement. I've had people I love who've served time in jail, who've turned their lives around. And I keep thinking, thank God when they were in those situations, they dealt with law enfortement who looked to de-escalate, who looked to take the tone down and the temperature down and deal with the law enforcement aspect of whatever was happening. And in this instance, my outstanding question is, if the claim is that she was defying law enforcement, were charges going to be filed against her, and for what? If she'd not been shot 3 times and then her vehicle rammed into something as she crashed. So we looked up what are the punishments for evading law enforcement or even fleeing police in a motor vehicle. These are serious crimes, but I want to be abundantly clear. The response is not death. It is not being shot 3 times in the face with your dog and your partner next to you. Federal law says that interfering with a federal law officer is a serious crime. Penalties range from a few years in jail or up to 20 years. But you get your day in court and you get to live. In Minnesota, fleeing police in a motor vehicle is a felony. The base felony, about 3 years is the baseline. So I would just ask people, remember, this is a human being. We may learn more facts, but this is a human who is no longer here today because a situation that didn't need to escalate did, and the most extreme use of force was used rather than de-escalating.
And protocol wasn't followed. So the law enforcement are not supposed to step in front of a vehicle because it instantly becomes a threat of death, and therefore unlikely shootings are apt to happen, which happened here, and a woman lost her life. But he was also holding a phone up while he was holding his weapon. These are all things that they shouldn't be doing, but it is a reminder as this is happening in our country that we have to have peaceful protests, because I think any time you have someone that is obstructing or cutting people off, she does not deserve to be dead. But that is also creating this situation of a tinderbox. And this is why we're seeing more shootings right now, is these legal watchers step back, record everything, get it all down. But the fact that she was cutting off the road also contributed to the heat of this situation. We've got to remain peaceful. You can leave no room for error on this.
I just want to say, I don't know why she was, from my understanding, she had just dropped her kid off.
Well,
and was
the
trying
videos have
to
now revealed that her partner and her were coming to watch these or slow up the ICE. They want to notify the public the ICE officers are coming. So she meant to park that
and there
way.
were cars. There were cars that were going around her car. But I think what you heard from Kristi Noem, frankly, and why she looked so clownish saying it is because it's ultimate hypocrisy. When thousands of insurrectionists show up on January 6th and beat up cops and want to impede the legal transfer of power, they are patriots and they are pardoned by this precedent. When this woman shows up unarmed, and is driving away, she deserves to be shot 3 times in the face. I mean, it is just hypocrisy to an inexplicable level. And I'll tell you what gave me great inspiration and gave me great hope this weekend was seeing the thousands and thousands and thousands of Americans who, despite freezing weather, despite all of these acts of intimidation, despite the threats of sending more agents into the streets of our cities, came out and protested peacefully, because I think Americans are sick of it. They're sick of the performative, extreme cruelty they are seeing. They are sick of the abuses of power. They are sick of the violations of the Constitution. They're sick that there's no due process. They are sick of seeing people die and dragged through the streets. They are sick of it, and they're not going to take it anymore. What I want Americans to do, though, is this anger, this outrage, this indignation that we are all entitled to be feeling right now. There are 295 days to the midterm elections. We got to channel all of those feelings into the ballot box, and we got to vote them out so that there is oversight.
I agree with that. I think that there will be oversight, and I think that right now there are people in Congress that are interested in impeaching Kristi Noem, and I think she will be held to account one day. But let me say this about this killing. This was an unlawful killing. It was against DOJ policy to shoot at a vehicle that's leaving the scene. It's against the Supreme Court ruling in 1985, that sort of deadly use of force in shooting at a vehicle. So we all know that it's unlawful, regardless of whether or not you believe she was an agitator, regardless of whether or not you believe she was in the way. The bottom line is the officer's actions were unlawful. That was an unlawful killing. It was illegal. From a legal perspective, that's very black and white for me. What's interesting to me is the way that this administration is saying that they are being transparent, when in fact there is a shadow investigation going on by the federal government without the state law enforcement being involved. They whisked this officer away out of state without being interviewed by state and local authorities. They denied state and local authorities the ability to review the crime scene. They impounded the car. Why we're seeing so many different vantage points is because the state law enforcement had to ask the public for video so that they can conduct their own independent investigation. In my experience, I have never seen a crime like this or potential crime where law enforcement, federal law enforcement, did not work with local law enforcement. That should be the red flag in terms of the lack of transparency.
There should be a lot of red flags here.
Yes.
There should be a lot of red flags here. In spite of everything, you still have the right to protest. Now, what we've seen is how people normally protest in this country when agitators don't jump in to help. This is what protest looks like. People were protesting all over the country. And people, and I told you this was going to happen, people needed to get to the point where they said, it's not them, it's me. Because it's all of us.
You see abolish ICE now? When that was a lefty thing before. Everyone's saying abolish ICE. You should never say that. You should never say that. I think people, red states, blue states, these are the United States of America, and people don't want to see murder or killing in the street.
And I think for a lot of people who believe that there's a legitimate law enforcement role that ICE could and should play, this undermines it. Nobody signed up for this.
No,
nobody said this is what we wanted them to be doing.
Nobody wants this. This is not what you said they were going to be. This is the thing. You said you were going after the bad guys.
Yes.
That's what you said, the violent criminals. That's right. And what does it turn out? The violent criminals seem to be in the agency. We'll be right back.
This week, the one and only Oprah brings her view. Plus, Jamie Oliver, Tom Blythe, Kenan Thompson, Jesse Williams, Kim Fields, and Walton Goggins. All on ABC's The View.
Welcome back. And before we go on, before folks gather around and say, oh, she's accusing all of the folks at ICE of being criminals. That is not what I'm doing. And just so I'm clear, it feels sometimes that there is no one watching the hen house. Okay? So before you all start blowing it into all kinds of other stuff, just know that it's nuance speaking.
Well, I think you meant the lack of accountability, because you've had 9 shootings by ICE agents against various people. We haven't heard much reporting on it, and no one's been held accountable, and we don't know the status of the investigation. So that does feel like there's a lack of accountability and transparency.
You are very kind, and I appreciate it. So, moving forward, you know who has been desperate to get his hands on a Nobel Peace Prize for a while now. And Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado.
I did a movie named that.
Corina.
No, I did Corina. Corina. In any case, she has offered to share hers with him for capturing former President Maduro. Take a look.
As soon as I learned that we had been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, I dedicated to President Trump because I believed at that point that he deserved it.
Did you at any point offer to give him the Nobel Peace Prize? Did that actually happen? I had read that somewhere. I wasn't sure if it was true.
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but I certainly would love to be able to personally tell him that we believe the Venezuelan people, because this is a prize of the Venezuelan people, certainly want to give it to him and share it with him.
Well, here's what happened with that. The Nobel Committee said, that's not going to happen. And they're very clear. They say, once a Nobel Prize is announced, it cannot be revoked, shared, transferred to others. The decision is final, and it stands from now until forever. Okay?
You mean you can't share your Oscar with me?
No, I took it years ago, and I have yet to get the credit for that.
I can share it with you, but that's a shared thing. That's
what about
not
your Tony?
something
Can I have your Tony?
Can we have those things?
Well, you know what? I don't mind sharing because they're wonderful things. But
will the Academy
that's not the
recognize
same.
me?
Yeah, you don't transfer.
Well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about I'm going to give you my thing. That's me giving it to you.
Correct.
That's
not the Academy giving it, right?
Academy. That's not the Nobel Peace Prize people giving it to you.
I think it's important for people to understand, and Anna and I have been talking about this. One of the reasons why she is now saying that she will give it to him, that she will share it with him, is because she wants to be president of Venezuela.
Yeah.
And under, I think there was somebody had to stand in for her.
And he won by 70%.
And that person won by 70%. So she truly would be the duly elected president of Venezuela. Now, according to two sources in the White House, the reason that Trump is backing the current president, Delcy Rodriguez, is because they said if she had turned it down and said, I can't accept it because it's Donald Trump's, she'd be the president of Venezuela today. He is upset that she did not turn it down and give it to him, and that is why she is now offering it to him.
When I saw this interview on Hannity, I didn't think anything about it was impromptu. I think this was arranged. Because who watches Fox News? Who watches Hannity? Donald Trump watches. I think that interview was for an audience of one. Look, you know, I have a ribbon I won in the Miami-Dade County Youth Fair in 1984 for writing a haiku. If it means he will shut up, start acting like a real president, and support real democratic transition in Venezuela, I will gladly pitch it in. One thing I do want to say, though, and I hear the music playing, is last Thursday, this, in my view, illegitimate Venezuelan regime, Maduro's minions, announced that they were releasing political prisoners. They have released, up to date, 11. There's almost 1,000 political prisoners being held in Venezuela, and Donald Trump cannot normalize this regime while there are still Venezuelans being tortured, jailed, and repressed in that country.
We'll talk about that when we come back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Comedian Nikki Glaser returned to host the 2026 Golden Globes last night. So I'm going to ask, did you all watch, and what stood out for you?
I watched a lot of I couldn't stay up for the whole thing. That's how tired I am. But I think Nikki Glaser did an amazing job, second year in a row. So bravo to her. But my favorite moment wasn't even an award. It was a couple of the presenters. Roll the tape.
Just take a deep breath and picture everyone in the audience. You know. What? You know. Oh. Yeah, I don't really know if that works, considering everyone's seen us. You know.
I love him so much. And I am following every spotting I can find of the Heated Rivalry, guys. That's Connor Story and Hudson Williams. They're the leads in Heated Rivalry, which is just an international sensation.
Yes.
And I will follow them around on Instagram.
Every interview
it's
they
about
do is
two
perfect.
hockey players that are having a love affair.
Yeah, they fall in love with each other, but it's just adorable, and the story, like, it's just...
And there's a lot of nakedness.
This is not about adorable. It's hot as hell.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of steamy
Their love story is adorable, though, because anyone that's ever been
you
close
read
to
Playboy
people...
for the article.
Yeah, it's a lot of nakedness. Well, I did watch. I also didn't stay awake the whole time, but I always watch for fashion, as you guys know. Tiana Taylor wore a Schiaparelli floor-length gown. She was stunning and fabulous. She also won a Golden Globe. Emily Blunt had this white skirt suit from Louis Vuitton. Yeah. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And then Chase Infinity was a work of art, and she wore this mirrored Louis Vuitton bustier.
How the hell do you sit in that? Nice. I looked at that and I was like, how do you sit in it?
You may not be able to sit in it, but you look glamorous.
Well, I didn't know a single show that was, I mean, I was amazed by just how little I knew of the people nominated, but I saw a lot of silver, people wearing silver.
Yeah.
I loved what Kate Hudson was wearing. I loved what the Jenner, who's the Kylie. And I gotta say, you know, and Wanda Sykes, who was a presenter and was hilarious. She looked like a silver statuette. And Coleman Domingo, that man
every time.
just brings it every single time. He's having such a fun time.
Who makes that, Anna?
I don't know. Somebody expensive.
He's so handsome. And I will just mention Haley Steinfeld, who was pregnant on the red carpet. And I can't imagine having to get dressed up, but she nailed it. Her glam is perfect, the dress.
From Sinners.
And for Sinners, which is a perfect movie. So I love that she's getting her flowers.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad for everybody who won, for everybody who was nominated, because in this cutthroat world, people are paying attention to your movies. So yay to everybody.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Baby, Maury Povich is taking us behind the scenes of one of the most unhinged and over-the-top eras of television in the new documentary series, Dirty Talk, when daytime TV shows ruled TV. Take a look.
And you do still find yourself crying at times about... And then you and your associate producer would start making the phone calls to see, was it a good story? Did they have good energy?
I probably interviewed 100 people a day, just trying to find the person who cried the most, the person who had the best story.
And then how many days later did he sleep with another friend? Oh, a couple of months later. Okay, great. All right, bye-bye. She's gonna be good. She's gonna be so great.
The 1-800 number became such a recruiting device that we didn't have to go out and beat the bushes at all. They came to us.
Please welcome one of the kings, Maury Povich.
Thanks for the intro.
Welcome. They love you. They love you.
They love you. We love you.
That's because I've been doing that show half their lives. That's why.
Well, the last time you were at the table with us was before your finale of Maury.
Right.
Yeah. After 31 amazing seasons on air, you were at the forefront of this wild era of television. You raised me. If I was homesick, I was watching Maury.
You know, listen, I always ask people who stay home, you know, and pretend they're sick. How do you get through your parents that way? I mean, what did you do? You held the thermometer
up to the light bulb? Yeah.
There are people in this audience who pretend to be sick. They come every day. There's people in this audience pretending to be sick.
What was it like walking down memory lane for Dirty Talk?
Well, first of all, you have to understand that I'd say in the beginning of the late 80s through the 2000s, there were 20 of us on air every day, and another 50 shows were in the graveyard that didn't work. And so it was so competitive. It was, I mean, and we were all pushing the envelope. We would look at, the way you probably do, we look at the ratings every day. And if one segment from a competitor was bigger than our segment, then we had to go out and get something racier than they had.
No one was better than you at You Are Not the Father.
Yes.
You are the father. Yes. No one can beat that segment.
Well, the reason why it was that kind of inflection was I didn't know the result. I didn't want to know anything more than the guest or the audience, the live audience or the audience.
Really?
Yeah, because I would skew the questions. I would know something, and I didn't want to know anything more than anybody else. And the first time we ever did the show, my executive producer, Amy Rosenblum, said,
I know Amy. She's great. Sorry.
She's a pistol.
She is a pistol.
And she's all through this show, by the way, because not only she worked my show, she worked Sally Jesse's show.
Wow.
And so Amy's all over the place.
But don't lose your train of thought.
So anyway, I didn't want to know the first time I said, I don't want to know anything. So when I could open up that envelope, it was...
And how often were you guessing right?
You try to look at the baby. You got to look at the baby.
I want to tell you, I gave up trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
When I saw this woman come on, and she was white, and the guy she was accusing being a father was black, and that baby picture came on, and that was a dead white baby.
The baby wasn't dead.
It was with us.
I mean,
a white baby.
it's as white as it could be. And of course, the black guy ends up being the father.
Yes.
That's when I said.
That's when you gave up.
That's
Maury, watching back on Dirty Talk, it kind of reminds us the 90s was all of these shows.
Right.
And it was endless stream of guests who would get into the big fights, share shocking secrets, submit to your paternity test. But why do you think so many people signed up to kind of air their drama in the public eye?
Well, I think more than anything else, at least on my show, that I think I provided a safe space. These people would come on. I don't experience their lives completely different than mine, but and Whoopi will know this. You're a talk show host. You have to knock on people's doors. You have to be invited in. You have to be a member of their family in order to be accepted and to be able to make a connection. And those were the hosts that lasted. And those who couldn't make that connection were gone the next year. Hundreds of millions of dollars spent every year by commercial outfits and individual stations buying these shows. Oprah, hundreds of millions of dollars every year people spent on the Oprah show.
So they trusted you.
It was a matter of trust.
Maury, you have a lot of fans. You also had critics. You had a lot of critics from your 5 years on A Current Affair and your 3 decades on Maury, but there's footage of people like Joe Lieberman, the former senator from Connecticut, William Bennett, the former Secretary of Education, criticizing the genre. They would call it cultural pollution, which if you compare it to the news today, feels damn pure to me.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
But
First of all, I'll answer that. Bill Bennett basically came out, he was the Secretary of Education, telling everybody to turn off the sets. And my rejoinder to that was, look, they'll turn off the set. Those viewers will make the decision as to whether they want to go somewhere else or turn off the show. And until they do, I think I'm on the right track. That was that. And so, I mean, I think those shows, all of us, we the precursors, we were the triggers for the Real Housewives genre, Jersey Shore, the Kardashians, all the reality shows of today came about because of us.
It was also conflict resolution in
And on top of that, the biggest reality show right now is in my hometown of Washington, D.C. That's the biggest reality show.
But, Maury, when I was pregnant with my 3rd child, Caleb, you did the public reveal of the sex with Michael and I on air. But now we're all excited that Alyssa is having a baby.
It just happened.
We have one lingering question.
This is such an honor.
Really? So we know the gender.
We do.
Yes.
It's going to be a boy.
But we don't know who the
we
dad
want
is.
to find out about Justin.
Who's the dad? I don't know. Justin the father?
I sure hope so for his sake.
When it comes to Alyssa's little boy, Justin, you are the father.
This is the greatest honor of my life.
Where's mine? I know.
First of all, Whoopi, I want to thank you so much. I got a big Lifetime Achievement Emmy, and you gave me a great tribute on tape, so I thank you very much.
Well, you're willing to give it to Donald Trump when it comes to that.
You are one of the folks who, year after year, has done his best to service the audience. And so for me, if you can service the audience, that's the greatest thing. So I see you. Dirty Talk, when daytime television shows rule TV, premieres Wednesday, January 14th, right here on ABC, and it streams the next day on Disney Plus and Hulu. Ha! They simplified it. Yes, and we'll be right back.
We've got 6 powerhouse female-founded brands, and the bosses are here with the deals. We partner with these companies for at least half off, and all you have to do to get these amazing deals is point your cell phone camera at the QR code on your screen, but it's only while supplies last. So let's get shopping.
Welcome. Thank you. You've got the itty-bitty boot on. We're modeling. Yes, we are modeling the jeans. You got to give like a little booty. The democracy jeans. They're really comfortable.
That's
they
full
are.
price, by
they
the way.
Are.
So I created democracy based on my post-baby body that is a forever post-baby body, and women go through so many physiological changes, menopause, postpartum.
We're so lucky.
We are lucky, but we're lucky that there's a brand like Democracy that has the Absolution Fit technology, which is this no-gap elastic inside the waist. Because if you have a smaller waist and you're curvier, it adapts to your shape. Yeah. And the goal here is to provide women with comfort and style. We fit all ages, shapes, and sizes, and it's our 15th year in business. We've sold over 40 million pairs of jeans.
Oh my God!
Wow. And we get half off everything.
That's
today.
right, half off, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now this next one is backed by actress Mindy Kaling, so you know it's good. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Mindy loved our results so much that she chose to invest in the products herself.
Wow.
I co-founded Lion Pose after going through pregnancy and postpartum myself and dealing with the hormonal skin
See, we're
chaos.
so lucky.
Yes, so lucky. Unspotted 4X is our dark spot serum. It's an Allure Best of Beauty winner.
Oh my gosh.
It improves dark spots, hyperpigmentation, melasma, age spots in just 2 weeks.
Really?
Wow. Yes, and it's perfect actually with our Pep Talk Barrier Repair Cream.
Okay.
You can try a little bit of that too. So Pep Talk actually is created to work perfectly with an AHA serum or a retinol because it improves dryness, redness, or sensitivity. Yeah, it's really nice. It feels great in just 24 hours.
Well done, and don't miss out, everyone, because it's 50% off.
Yes.
Nice.
That feels really good.
I like it. I like it.
Thank you. Okay, and next up, and we love this.
Yeah, we have
this a lot. You're taking Epsom salts to a whole new level.
We are. We took the healing benefits of Epsom salt. We've turned it into super concentrated Epsom salt lotions.
Yes.
Winner of one of Oprah's 2026 favorite brand
And you know
awards.
if Oprah likes it, we all like it.
We do. So we have our Nerve product line, which is our most concentrated, 50 times more concentrated than an Epsom salt bath.
Whoa.
Our muscle is for anyone with aging issues, just want to keep their
Who doesn't
wellness
have aging
routine.
issues? We're all doing it, guys.
Doing well. And our very popular calming foot lotion.
I have the foot one.
Which,
Yeah.
you know, if you're in high heels or just looking to stay on your feet, you've got a product to help you do that better.
It's really, really
we sold
great.
over 1 million bottles, and we are the next big brand coming to health and wellness.
And we get half off today.
Yes, half off. Now, Doll 10 is a beloved makeup brand by the glam teams in this very building, so please tell us about it.
I'm so excited, Sonny and Sarah, to get you dolled up.
Yes.
Doll 10 was created out of my own personal necessity. I'm a cancer survivor, and nothing worked for my skin, so I started everything, starts its life intentionally clean with skincare ingredients designed to get you out the door in 10 minutes.
Like it.
And we're starting with our #1 most viral product, TCE Liquid Filter, which is a true liquid filter. Yeah, I have them both here for you.
Okay.
Liquid filter in a tube, powered by magnesium, by plant-based collagen, hyaluronic acid, but it's a true filter that filters out any texture on your skin. There was nothing like this in the world of beauty.
No pores. Look at that.
No lines, no wrinkles.
Wow. And my understanding is more than half off.
Well,
we're saving a lot.
You know, we got to hook the girls up in 2026. So
I love it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Love you guys. Thank you.
Now, I love this because I looked up. I've ordered your products and didn't know this was you. And I was like, those are my plates. These are amazing. Tell us about it.
Yes, so I'm actually a pediatrician and mom of 3. And so I created a HIMSA to get plastic off the family dining table because now we know plastic is harmful to children's hormones, their growth, and their development. That's why pediatricians are recommending steel. But steel doesn't have to be boring. It can be beautiful.
This is my favorite. We call it the rainbow set.
That's right. And children absolutely adore a HIMSA. Like the single biggest thing
there's a set for a section for all the food.
Because I'm a pediatrician, I want people to actually think about food as health.
Yes.
And so it is designed to show that half your plate should be fruits and vegetables, some grains, and some protein. So it's a teaching tool, it's safe, it's clean, and it's super
beautiful.
Fun.
It's so perfect. I love that. And that is half off. I wish I had waited.
Well done, well done. Now, last but not least, finally, our sweet furry friend, Rishi, right?
This is Rishi, yes.
Hi, baby. Hi.
We created Springland together, beautifully designed, practical essentials for dogs.
I have this for my dogs. They're great. They're great because you can use these. You fill the water bottle and then you press them down and the water comes up so you can give your dog a drink while you're walking.
Give them water, take a sip.
It's really ingenious. It's really great.
It goes right back in when it's done drinking. We've been on Oprah's Favorite Things, Shark Tank.
So and you have something that you could carry the poop bags in.
Yes, so we have this. And the poop holds the poop bags. It even has a little pouch that holds a dirty tennis ball.
Yes.
And we have our hands-free version, so that one you can have a totally hands-free walk.
I wish I would have waited because I think its prices are slashed in half. So
I want to thank all of you guys so much. The clock is ticking. You have 24 hours to get all of these amazing deals at viewyourdeal.com. And members of the audience are going home with gifts from Dolphin Beauty, HIMSA, and Springland. We'll be right back.
So apparently Sarah and Maury Povich are going to be on the Behind the Table podcast today. I wonder whose behind is going to take over. In any case, we want all of you to have a great day, everyone. Take a little time to enjoy the view. And remember, the minute you start to get down and low, you ain't in it alone. We're all fighting a good fight, and we're doing it together. We'll see you tomorrow.